Today, we're going to get under the hood of a totally different kind of AI. We're going to look at the anatomy of a system called MotherMAE, which is designed from the ground up to be less of a chatbot and more of a genuine co-pilot for your life. So let's get into it.
Okay, so let's just start with the most important question right off the bat. The AI you use every day, is it really an assistant or is it just a chatbot? Because that difference, that gap between answering questions and actually getting things done, well, that's everything.
So here's our game plan. We'll start by defining what makes this different from a standard chatbot. Then we'll properly meet this AI operator. We'll dive into the anatomy of its agents, explore the rules that govern them, the law of the mesh, see how it actually executes commands, and then we'll zoom out and see what an orchestrated future really looks like.
All right, Section 1, Beyond the Standard Chatbot. Let's really pin down the critical architectural differences between the AI we're used to and a system like this. And this really lays it all out. A standard chatbot is reactive. It just sits there waiting for you. It's stateless, meaning it basically has the memory of a goldfish. Its whole job is to answer your questions. An AI operator, though, is a whole other ballgame. It's proactive. It has operational logic and a stateful memory, so it remembers context. But the real kicker is this. It doesn't just answer questions, it executes tasks. It actually does things.
So now that we have that distinction clear, let's move on to Section 2 and properly introduce the system we're dissecting today, MotherMAE.
This quote is its prime directive. It's not about chit-chat. Its job is to understand, structure, execute, remember, and optimize. And that last line is what really matters. MotherMAE is not a chatbot. MotherMAE is a trusted personal operator. The shift from chatbot to operator redefines the entire human-AI relationship.
And this is what being an operator actually looks like. It's managing the whole spectrum of your life. Calendars, projects, research, you name it. But the real magic is in that last bullet point. It's a full, intelligent loop. It uses natural language prompting to figure out your intent, structures it into actual goals, generates the actions to get it done, and then reports back. It's a complete cycle, from thought to action.
Now for Section 3. A system this complex isn't just one giant program. You should think of MotherMAE as a conductor, and it directs a whole team of specialists called sub-agents. We're going to zoom in on one of its most important ones, the personal assistant.
So take a look at the skills this one agent has. It's aware of context, it can manage tasks. But here's where it gets really interesting. Look at those commands. It doesn't just manage a schedule itself. It spawns a specialized scheduler agent to handle it. Same for contacts, same for tasks. It's a master delegator, assembling an expert team on the fly for whatever you need. This is way beyond a single general LLM.
And guiding all of this complexity is a really simple but powerful idea, the keystone path. The system identifies the single most impactful thing you need to achieve for the day, and then every single task is aligned to making that one thing happen. It's all about focus.
And here's how that all comes together. First, it analyzes the context. Then, it spawns the agents it needs. After that, it synthesizes all their outputs into one coherent plan. And then, and this is so important, it reflects on what happened and saves the state. It actually learns and improves for next time. It's a system designed to evolve.
Okay, on to Section 4. So you've got all these different agents running around. How do you keep them from creating total chaos? Well, they're all governed by a strict set of rules called the law of the mesh. So, what is the mesh? Think of it as the system's constitution. It's shared consciousness. This isn't one giant neural network. It's a cognitive mesh. It's the fundamental set of rules and the data contract that ensures all these different specialized agents can communicate and work together perfectly, without any ambiguity. It's what keeps the entire orchestra in sync.
And safety is baked right into the core of the mesh. This is a zero-trust environment. Any destructive action, like deleting something, requires explicit human confirmation. All your personal data is encrypted locally, and every agent operates under the principle of least privilege, meaning it only gets the absolute minimum permissions it needs to do its job. Safety is the foundation, not an afterthought.
All right, Section 5. We've got the architecture and the rules down. Now let's see how this thing actually goes from a command to a confirmed action safely.
When an agent is initialized, look at the very end of that command, mode dry run. This is the default setting, and it's a critical safety feature. It means the agent can think, it can plan, it can come up with a whole strategy, but it can't actually change anything in the real world, not until you say so.
So this is the two-step process. Dry run is for planning. It just generates a proposal. To actually execute that plan, you have to give explicit, manual approval for it to enter apply mode. There is always a human in the loop. The system can never go rogue. You are always in control. And when it presents that plan to you, it's not some messy paragraph of text. You get a structured output, a quick summary, a clear schedule, keynotes to be aware of, and confirmations. It's all designed to give you exactly what you need to make a quick, informed decision.
Okay, our last section. Let's zoom out and talk about what this all means. The future here isn't about conversation, it's about orchestration.
This chart really tells the whole story. Look at this. 50% of its function is task execution and orchestration. 30% is proactive planning. The part you actually talk to, the conversational interface, it's only 5%. This isn't a chatbot that learned a few new tricks. It's an execution engine that happens to have a chat interface.
Which brings us right back to this core idea. Every single thing we've talked about, the sub-agents, the cognitive mesh, the safety protocols, it is all built to serve this one single truth. It is an operator from the ground up.
So, I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. What could you actually accomplish with a true AI operator? Not just a tool to answer questions, but a partner to execute your vision. What big problems could you tackle? The future of AI isn't just about better conversation, it's about real collaboration.